2 last week. We did better. Yeah.
What a great segue into the beginning of this. Last week's game, you took some hits in the injury department. Can you update us on those first, please?
We went into Cisco with our leading rusher and leading receiver out. We lost our defensive tackle, but those are just minor reasons why we didn't play well.
What are some of the other reasons that you didn't play well?
By far the greatest one is the week that we played Glenn. We had great practices, great enthusiasm. We were really hungry. The week we played Cisco, we had to start practice over 2 or 3 times. We just didn't have that hunger and desire. It looked like a young football team. A young football team, can't take success. And I've said this before, that with only a 9-game schedule, your games are critical. And when you're young, you don't understand that. When you get older, you understand it.
So, you got a week off, and players needing some rest there. And how are you preparing for your next game?
Well, if this would have been a win week, it would have been a lot better. There's no doubt about that. But in our conference, the only games that count are the conference games, and we're 1-1 in conference. And that's the only thing that counts right now. Because if you get into playoffs in our league, you qualify for a bowl game. So that's back to our focus again. We have 7 players out right now, various injuries, but in the 10 years I've been here, the average injury by the time you get to the end of the year is 12. That's just part of football. You're going to lose 12 guys, now maybe not for the whole year, but that's just part of it. You just can't be the right 12, and right now those guys that are injured, all but 2 should be able to return next week, so we'll give them this week off. Defensively, they're going to work on basics. Offensively, we haven't produced this year, so we got to find our identity, and so the offensive side of the football practice will be pretty physical.
What kind of adjustments do you make after a loss like that on the offensive side of the ball?
Well, that's what I just said. We haven't found our identity yet. Could those 2 players have made a difference in last week's game? Possibly. But they didn't have a factor in why we didn't practice well the week before. That was the players that were on the field. I told the guys, I said, it's not very far from the penthouse to the outhouse. And we were in the outhouse before we played Glenn, and now we put ourselves back in that spot. How are you going to get out? You scratch and claw and fight till you get out, And what I told them was, very simply, is if you beat the #1 team in the nation, there's no reason why you can't continue to soar. You just got to go back to that hunger, that drive that got you there. And that's what we'll spend most of this week on, back to real football, that hunger and drive and those kind of things.
Did you give your team any specific advice for the week off, the bye week, and how to handle it, and maybe mentally preparing and letting this one go?
It's all about what your goals are. If your goal, I think I told you guys this last week, if our goal was to only beat Glenn, then we've already finished our goal. We might as well put our helmets up and go somewhere else. That wasn't our goal. Our goal is to get into Southwest Conference playoffs. We haven't been there in several years. Get into playoffs, win a game in the playoffs, play for the conference championship, get in a bowl game, and that's still there. We are tied for 3rd in the conference because we beat Glenn. Glenn is down at the bottom. Cisco is in a good spot. They're playing really good football. They're West Texas kids who just line up and hit you. They're old school as you can get. Then Navarro's 2nd. They're always the toughest team there is. Then we're in there. Then Trinity Valley's with us. And then the rest of them are way down the list. And we're fortunate enough to get to play those other people here at home. We play Kilgore. We play Trinity Valley. And those will be big games for us.
How are you, talk about the next game that you've got lined up when you come back from the bye.
Yeah, we play Kilgore. They do play next week, which is an advantage for us. We're off when they play. We've already started scouting them. We've already went through their stuff yesterday. We'll continue to do that. We'll get 4 or 5 games or whatever we can get on them, some from last year, some from this year. I may even drive down to Corsicana to watch that game, just because I can. But the biggest thing that we've got to do is we've got to find the hunger. It really doesn't matter who you play in our league. Every team has 2 or 3 guys that are going to play in the NFL. That's just part of it. If you can beat Glenn with hunger, then you can figure out a way to beat these guys.
And Glenn is here, and you've got Student Appreciation Day?
Kilgore. Yeah, Kilgore's here, and they play Navarro to finish that up. They play Navarro. They're 0-3. They're struggling. You can use that as an asset if you want to, but in our league, that just means they're not winning right now. But they'll play Navarro, which will be a tough game for them. It will be Student Appreciation Day. Our coaching staff and players will go out to all the area schools in Ottawa and Delaware County, and we'll have different things that we'll give the students and invite them for that game.
Great recruiting campaign. Thank you, Coach.
All right,
Good
thank
luck.
you.